Bobo?
Yes, sir.
I need you to get Orlando to a fever pitch.
Orlando, are you ready for Jensen and Jared? Let's show them Orlando's spirit. Me and the boys from Loud and Swain are going to help you out with a song you might know. Sing it if you know it. Here we go. Any way you want, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she loves to think. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves to levitate. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, wow, baby, hold tight. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. I never know, I never knew what you loved to do. When they be touched, they be sad about loving me. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, baby, hold tight. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Okay, so we're going to sometimes in special cities you get treated to a 2-song intro for those of you. Okay, we're gonna play a song that's a song by Loud and Swain. This is the perfect song. It's only for special occasions. Jenny says she don't wanna be depressed 'cause she looks so good in a satin dress and a
official, shall we? Orlando and the surrounding counties, please, a warm Florida welcome for Mr. Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
Everybody got.
What are we supposed to do with this?
I don't know. Are these safe? I realize I'm touching it before
I love it when Ackles does his Ackles imitation. What are we doing a bit about a flamingo? No. Okay. What are we doing with this? What's this about?
This is inside.
Oh, I get it. It's no legs. It's broken.
This joke doesn't have legs. Huh?
Boo.
Hi guys. I realized that's everything because they were excited for this in the band, and it got so quiet. I was like, oh God, they think we have something important to say.
You'll find out that we don't. Very soon.
Very disappointed. Who's first time? Well, so far so good. I did this. I was going to give a Latin lesson. Now, is there any Latin? Are there any Latin teachers in here? Let me start.
Yeah, the Latin teacher section, I believe, is right over here.
I was in high school in Latin class when Gladiator came out, and my Latin teacher came, and she was like apoplectic. She had seen Gladiator, and I guess
Apple what?
she was irate. She was beside herself with anger. And because I guess when Joaquin Phoenix does this number, and it's like thumbs up or thumbs down, in the movie they did thumbs up to let him live, like he's good. But actually, apparently, that meant unsheath your sword and kill him. This meant sheath your sword and let him live. So yep, that's your lesson for today. Gladiator is wrong. What he said. See, because it was about the sword. So thumbs up is kind of ironical. It's like, hey, you're really saying like, hey, I wish someone would kill you. Not like, hey, put the sword down.
I think I got it. But just in case, tell the whole thing again because I wasn't listening.
We are very excited to see you. Happy New Year and Happy Old Year. Two apples.
It's not a thing.
It could be our thing. It's the new black. Before we just waste our time getting Latin lessons, let's start. I'm gonna go over here with my girl.
Hi, super nervous, my first time.
You're doing well.
Thank you. So my question is for both of you, and I know Jensen has some experience with directing and all that. My question is, if either of you got a chance to write an episode, what would it be about, and who would you kill off?
Reminds me, I followed John Mayer on Twitter, and he retweeted a tweet that somebody had sent him, that was a question, and he was just like laughing out loud, literally. And the tweet was, hey John, I'm a big fan. I have a question for you. What's your favorite song you've ever written, and why is it Slow Dancing in a Burning Room? What would this about, and who would you
Yeah, now who would you cast, or
Yeah,
who
what's it about?
Yeah, what's it about? What kind of character development would you
What would it be about?
What would you write?
And why did you kill somebody? I haven't written it yet. For many reasons, I would not. Ooh. I wouldn't kill anybody because I know the SBN family pretty dearly, and I know how pissed off they get when people die, even though it's supernatural when people die. So I don't think I would kill anybody, and it would not be, I think it would be about Castiel, because I would love to make research and stuff. 100%. It'd be based on Castiel, and a lot of it would just involve him sitting in the rain thinking about stuff. It's actually the only time in the history of my life that I would willingly go to work when I wasn't working. I would just go to watch him sitting in the rain.
Jensen?
Yes. He agrees.
I don't know. Did you guys see that list of episode ideas from 50? We did, yeah. I think they were starred, most of the ones that we did. But there was one in there, an old Civil War battle. That would be cool.
He wrote that.
What?
It's what would you write?
Right. I would write that one. You didn't write it. You just wrote the idea. Thanks for the idea, Crip. I'll take it from here. And I would kill off all of the ghosts. Because that's what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Welcome to the family.
Hello guys, I'm a huge fan by the way. I just wanted to know, when you guys are down here in Florida, did you go to like any entertainment parks? Did you do anything fun? Like anything specific that like
Just
you
this.
enjoyed?
No, we filmed late on Friday, and so it took us pretty much all day to get here Saturday, or yesterday. We got in pretty late, so now we have.
Do you like Florida so far?
Love it.
Yeah, I mean the inside of this hotel is great.
Thank you, it's fun to know.
Thank you very much. This is all of Florida.
It's awesome. Lots of shiny, happy people, so there's that.
My brother-in-law got married in April, right after we finished shooting season 12, and so I went straight to Fort Myers and Captiva. It was awesome. And we stayed, I guess there's like one place to stay, and it's like Captiva Hotel, like it's a big place. And the kids kept talking about alligators and crocodiles. It was so good. I think we mentioned like, yeah, Florida has a lot of alligators and crocodiles. And so every day they want to see alligators and crocodiles. And it's like, well, I don't think they're really in here. And one day I'm jogging down the road and I see, not a joke. And I was like, somebody call the police? It's right there, and we're not in a wildlife park. Like, it was in front of the lagoons.
I have a question. Does Florida have both alligators and crocodiles?
Just crocodiles.
Just alligators. I just wanted to make sure I knew that.
What is?
Crocodiles are in South Florida. So Florida does have both alligators and crocodiles.
No, dude. Crocodiles are in South Florida.
Is that not considered Florida? I mean, look, we got parts of Texas we don't claim, so I get it.
Fair enough. Anyways, I saw a crocodile.
No, that's not Florida. That's South Florida.
I like that.
Different state, different country.
I like that. That's a good.
Besides, they got crocodiles down there. No need.
That's something I would say. Like, no, not in Texas. We don't have any Aggies in Texas. Just in College Station. Well, that's part of Texas. You're an Aggie? Woo! Forgive you. Hi. Hey, bro.
Hi, my name's Skyler. Just want to let you guys know that throughout Supernatural, when I was watching it, there was many extraordinary moments that were just parallel to my own life. And it was able to help me get through some pretty tough times. So I wanted to thank you guys.
Thank you, Skyler. I was afraid you'd say, like, a Wendigo killed your friend or something.
That'd be good.
Got it.
My question for you guys is, were there any moments when you guys were acting as the characters through some intense scenes where it would carry over into your normal lives?
Great question, Scott.
Well, there are certain times when they yell cut that you're not necessarily able to just stop. Especially if it's a big emotional scene, because you're essentially tricking your body into reacting as though the emotions are real. And so your body is reacting accordingly. And that's hard to turn off. If you've ever gotten really emotional about something, you know that even when you try to stop yourself from getting there, it almost makes it come on even more. So that's those are sometimes hard to stop when they yell cut, and then maybe have to take a walk and just shake it off, kind of a thing. But as far as the character bleeding over into our lives, we've been doing this for so long that we've gotten pretty good at separating, real from fiction.
That having been said, I mean, I feel like earlier in my private meet read, I said something, and I think I realized that when my first day of work this year, I think Supernatural started filming on the 4th or something, but we came back on the 7th or 8th or 9th. And the first day I got to work, it was kind of funny, but they call action, we would say our lines, and I'd be like, I gotta do that again. Like, I don't remember how to act. It felt so bad. Not that I ever do.
And let me just tell you,
Don't. He has puppets in his shirt. I set myself up though.
I mean,
So,
it was too easy,
but there was a sign. It was the first time I realized it, the first time in 13 seasons of Supernatural that during a break I was able to leave Supernatural. Like the first episode of the season is always a little hairy because you've been on for 3 months. Or where were we? We have to remember where we were in April. We were filming, and it's July. But I guess I'm trying to be a little bit. It's not specifically like if I do an episode where I'm angry, I don't go home angry, but I'm still kind of in the mindset of like, okay, I know this upcoming week I have a stunt on Wednesday, so I need to make sure that I don't hurt my back, and I know I have this scene on Tuesday where I have a lot of dialogue that's not really connected to the other characters, so I need to memorize those lines so they're in my head, so I don't stress out on Tuesday. Thursday I have a late call, so that's the day I can take my dog to bed. So you're always thinking about it. It's just this week's. We had a huge break, and this week was 5 full days, first shot of the day to last shot of the day, 12, 13, 14 hours, whatever it was, nights, raining. It was just one of those crummy weeks. And it's hard to, you can't go home and go, oh, I'm going to play a video game, read a book. You're still going like, okay, God, what do I do tomorrow? I got to get ahead of the 8 ball, so I know what to do. So I think it stays with me in that I'm in work mode. It's almost like, we've said this before, but it's almost like if you're a football player or a basketball player and it's halftime, you don't tweet, you know what I mean? You kind of stay in the mode, you're like, okay, what do I do? What do I need to do? How do I perfect? How do I get better? So I think it does affect me. And Jen every now and then will be like, hey, it's all right, take a breath, don't stress out, blah, blah, blah. And remind me to be more present sometimes, I think, poor girl. Yeah, thanks, man.
let me just paint you a picture real quick. The first day back this season. If you go back and watch the first episode, the first thing that we did, day 1 back from our break, was the driving sequence of us in the car having a conversation. We tried something that we've never done before. So for those of you who heard me tell the story, bear with me. It was a car, so I was free driving the Impala. Jared's in the front seat. And then there's another vehicle with a massive camera crane attached to its roof that is driving around us with the crane swinging in the arm and the camera. There's technicians all inside the car. There's a focus puller, there's a crane operator, there's the camera operator, there's the DP, there's the driver, the sound mixer, and we're on a very small 2-lane highway. And I'm driving, trying to keep it at a consistent pace so that this camera car can roam around me and behind and move and
To be even more specific, we're not on any two-lane highway like out in the middle of nowhere. We're on the old highway that went from Vancouver to Whistler that
So
they
to the-
abandoned
right.
to build a new one because it was too dangerous, too many crime criminals.
So to the right
The original
was
Suicide
like
Highway.
just cliff to death. And then to the left is a wall, like a mountain basically, where the new highway
Where they built a
is.
better highway for the Olympics.
So there was no room for air, and the road is going like this and like this. Oh yeah.
So they locked it up. We have people on this end. We drove for what, half a mile? We had people a mile down the road, cops, and,
Stopping any through traffic.
stopping traffic until we get safe, and vice versa. Sure enough, come around a blind corner.
Here's a truck.
Here's a pickup truck.
Just some road truck that made it through the lockup.
Directly at us, in the same lane, because we're now on this lane because the camera's filming my coverage or whatever it is.
So anyway, so I'm dealing with all of this and trying to act and remember my lines. And poor Jared is just having a hard time remembering how to act. Literally sitting in the front seat, staring out the window, going, "What was my line?" I've got a camera 5 inches from my fender, and I'm trying to contain a speed of like 25 miles an hour while I'm going up and down hills, which is not easy. Never done this before either. First time in 13 years that we've ever worked with this stunt car. Genius over here, can't remember those lines.
It's
Guess
about
I didn't teach you that in Latin class, did
It's
I?
about It's about it's hard to remember your lines when you're in sincere mortal fear.
Yeah, I was too. I didn't know what I was doing.
Thanks, man. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I just want to say that I love you both very much, and I believe I speak on behalf of everyone in this room that we're all thankful for everything that both of you have done for the Supernatural family. So my question is if you guys can tell a story of a prank that you guys have pulled behind the scenes.
I think there's some more coming down the pipe that you'll see. I believe they called it hazing part 1, right, for Alexander. So initiation part 1. So there will be more parts. It's never so specific. It's more spur of the moment. I laugh constantly because we have, like this episode, we have a lot of actors and actresses in it, and they're all very talented. Like Amanda Tapping got a who's who of like fine actors that I think should work in the past, and fans of this and that, to come be on the show. And it makes me laugh to see them watch us, and we're goofing around and this and that. They call action, and you break into character, and they're like, wait, what? Wait, we're shooting with what? They can't. Well, it's sort of like a couple steps behind us, much like Alexander was. So off the top of my head, it's not going to think of any. It's more just, we have a good time. The people who come on our show, which is wonderful, they're always like, hey, y'all have a great set. Like, this is a cool place to be, fun place to work. And I think that's what we're trying to do. Nothing malicious or malevolent, sort of like moving around. Nice to meet you.
We had a scene the other day with Misha, and it was just the three of us. And Jared and I didn't do anything to him. And he was so confused. Remember that? And like after like a couple of takes of his coverage, he was like, "What's going on?" Because we were literally allowing him to get through his coverage without us changing our dialogue,
It's really concerning.
without kicking him in the crotch or whatever it is. And I just remember going like, "This is one of our better pranks," and we didn't do anything. You know you mess with somebody a lot when you
Why don't you make it
you're
up?
like, Something's wrong.
Why aren't you throwing anything at me? Why aren't you kicking me beneath the camera?
I don't think it was for any reason. I think
Yeah.
I think we were
Higher colors?
we were busy trying to deal with something. So like in between shots or something, we were dealing with something that was requiring more of our attention. And so we just forgot to mess with him that day. And it really threw him off. So yeah, the pranks are less planned and they're just more just kind of impromptu and more just us being super idiots.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
much. Supernaturals. Supernaturals. Hi.
Supernatural super idiots.
Have you guys always wanted to be an actor?
Yes.
He's not. And he's got 13 years on a TV show to prove it.
Yeah. And he still wants to be an actor.
This is what it's like working on set with us, basically. Give you an idea. I don't think I always knew, but in fact I know I did. It was something that just kind of happened naturally, and the more
Supernaturally? Supernaturally? Do bands need drummers?
understood. You're gonna end up like these flamingos in a minute. Anyway, it was something that I just, it kind of found me, and the more that I realized that it was something I really loved to do. Jared always knew he didn't want to be an actor.
The irony is I always knew I wanted to be an actor. And all joking aside, I cannot wait to stop acting. That's not even a joke, I mean it. Like I'm very excited I feel right now that I'm very, very excited to put this chapter, at least on hold for a while. I'm not gonna quit Supernatural. I said I'm not gonna quit Supernatural. You should have put it earlier. I'm not gonna quit Supernatural.
Listen, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I mean it, like it'll be fun.
You, as an actor, you never have to retire. You just don't take jobs anymore.
It's okay. It's different. Isn't that what heaven is?
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name's Erica. I'm asking a question for my niece, Lexi. She's 2 hours. But we were wondering, since both your wives are, well, in a few weeks, both your wives have been on the show, would you allow your children to be on the show as well? And if so, would they be evil or good?
Shepherd. Shepherd's funny little mischievous kid. One of my kids has been on the show. I'm not going to say when, I'm not going to say where. A child of mine has been shown on the show. There's a yogurt place in Vancouver where it's near.
Nice segue.
I want my children to find me.
You know what? I take that back. You should retire.
There's a yogurt place in town near our apartment, and Jen took the kids to go get yogurt, and there's a picture on the wall that I took with that's a year ago, 2 years ago or something. But they're in the background of it. I taken it with the young lady who's the cashier or something. It's on their wall, and they walked in, and I didn't know it was on the wall. I wasn't even there. Jen was there with the kids. I was at work. And she's like, oh my God, the boys are asking why there's a picture of them at the wall at the yogurt place. I was like, I didn't know that. I think it's so weird. It's still weird to them. It's weird. People come say hi. I'm like, why are they talking to you? Like, it's gonna be funny for a kid. Like, why do they want to take a picture of you, Dad? I'm like, oh, what? Like, it's hard to explain. I don't know. If they really want to, then it's difficult. What would you say if the kids want to get in?
I probably wouldn't necessarily push them or encourage them on my behalf. It would have to be something that they would want to do, and that and then sure, yeah, I'll support that. But yeah, it's not. This is a tough industry. It's a really tough industry, and it's increasingly getting more and more difficult. And so it's again, not something that I would jump at the opportunity to toss my kids into. But again, if they were passionate about it once they got older and they really wanted to do something and pursue a career in this field, then absolutely I would support them.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? Okay, so my question is, how do you think Sam and Dean's heaven would be like if they died in the finale? And Jerry, by the way, would have the same bracelet. Thank you.
All right. You said Venezuela?
What?
Venezuela?
Yeah.
I've often said that I think they should die in the finale. Because if they're not dead, then they would be hunting. And if they're hunting, I want to watch it. So the show can't go forever. Well, you have a, I don't know if you ever, your idea.
I've told some people that my dream about the ending of the show.
Yeah.
Well, then I won't tell you again.
I think at least one brother would have to die. And maybe, I think that's the only thing that could get the boys out of hunting. I'm just pontificating.
That wasn't a question, by the way. No, what's your heaven like?
If we die in the finale.
No, they're just asking what Sam or Dean's heaven would be like.
What if Sam was a lawyer?
Lawyers?
Or me with Jessica?
Object, Your Honor. I don't know. I think Sam would. I think if legitimately, I think if Sam and Dean had to happen, they'd probably be doing exactly what they're doing now. Helping others, saving people, helping people.
Dean's heaven would be in the Impala doing donuts in the Hooters parking lot.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hello, I'm Caroline. I met you guys earlier. It's my 16th birthday. So, I was up here yesterday and I asked Misha the same question. I was wondering if you guys could sing happy birthday to me.
Don't ask people to rush up. No, don't ask people to join you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
We have a funny thing on set where when it's people's birthdays, unbeknownst to them, we'll be like, hey, we need Robin props, or we need Brad camera. We have something going wrong. We'll pretend something's going wrong, and on the walkie, they'll call for whoever's birthday it is to come on the set. We'll all sing happy birthday. But we always get so pissed off. If you start happy birthday too high, it's impossible to hit it. Happy birthday to you. The dog's barking outside. So you have to like rush in to start it. Like, okay, we're all gonna sing. See if you can hit the third happy birthday or whatever that goes way up north. But yes, happy birthday, Carol. Where are you from?
Tampa.
Oh, cool. Is that North Carolina or is it South? So it's not South Carolina. North Carolina. Happy birthday. Thank you. That was
You like that?
Oh no, we got it.
I'm right here. I can see you on the screen. See? Hi, how are you? Hi.
I'm good, how are you? I kind of have a two-part question. I'm sorry, I'm really shaking right now. But has your role on the show made you believe in the supernatural and the possibility that there is something supernatural going on in the world? And has there ever been anything supernatural that's happened on the show? Like anything weird?
Great questions. I kind of already believe in the supernatural. I'm not like gaga about it, but I feel like there's gotta be some stuff going on that we don't know about. I've had some strange experiences. I talked before about my experience at the Driscoll Hotel in Austin. It's a very old, I think it's the oldest hotel. I know it's the oldest in Austin. It's one of the oldest in Texas. It's the oldest haunted one? Yeah. Oh, really? I've never done that before in my life. I've never done that before in my life, and I will never do that. Somebody's outside.
I do that all the time.
That was all right. I made a noise.
Don't do that.
I went on a date night with Jen, and I felt, among other things, I felt the sheep moving down my back in the middle of the night, which is not strange, you know, you sit next to your wife and the sheep move and they move and vice versa. But I kind of opened my eyes and woke me up, and she was sitting right in front of me, and I could feel somebody's hand pulling the sheep down off my back.
Oh, wow.
And he pulled a couple, like a foot down or whatever. And sheet. Down, yeah, pulling the sheep down. We take sheep everywhere. And then, and this is not a word of a lie, I don't know how it is, I think probably a lot of y'all are saying this, but Hilton, like at different hotels, when you turn, if you're watching ESPN or CNN and you turn the TV off, if you turn it right back on, it goes to the main menu of the hotel. You know, it's like, welcome to the Hilton, the fire exit, blah, blah, blah. Or it's Mario Lopez doing like, the new movie releases. And so, that was that night. The next morning, I turn the TV on in the living room, and it doesn't go to Mario Lopez. It goes to Jensen Ackles and Ty Olsson in Purgatory. On my life. I turned the TV on, and I was like, oh, it's got a sepia tone. That's Jensen. Why is this not Mario Lopez? And so I was like, this is really strange. I turned it off, just power button, turned it back on, and just, oh, Mario Lopez. Harry Potter 4 is great, blah, blah, blah. So that was a weird.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe your wife enjoys watching Dean?
She did tell me she's long been a fan of Gilmore Girls, so yeah. I'll take that one. Every band needs a drummer. Anything ever supernatural happens?
Nope.
Thank you for your question.
Man, I can't beat that. I'm Mackenzie, my question's for the both of you. What are your guys' favorite improvised lines, and why did you use them instead of what was actually in the script?
Fight the Fairies was in the script. I'd like to take credit for that one, but I can't. Again, Pudding was in the script.
I think when we improvise lines, I don't think it's replacing current lines. I think it's just adding something totally out of the blue. Again, he mentioned earlier that there's one, the episode we're filming right now, which is going to be episode 15 this season. At the end, it's usually in show business, they call it the button, which is like a funny something that ends the scene. It offers the...
Or not funny, I mean, it's just, it's something that ends the scene.
Yeah. One that I can think of that it wasn't even so much a line as it was an action. But the episode where Meg Demon goes into Sam, and then Sam is kind of like, not torturing Dean, but Sam is kind of being an a-hole to Dean, and then finally when the demons exercise, Dean punches Sam. That's something we were talking to each other in the scene. We were sitting there going like, Dean would probably be pissed at Sam. Like, it'd kind of be funny if he just leaned over and punched him. I was like, and Sam doesn't know why Dean punched him because Sam was a demon at the time. I don't know what the episode called.
One on the
No,
bad
it was earlier.
One on her bedside.
Yeah, there's a scene where finally, I think we're at Bobby's house, and the demon gets exercised, and Sammy's like, what just happened? And Dean leans over and clocks him. And Sammy's like, what was that for? You know, the same thing we realized what he was doing. But stuff like that just kind of, oh, this would be a better, tight ending, an obvious place to go, like, bang, go to the next scene.
Running back to get the last piece of lizard was not in the script. As we were walking out of the shot, I'm like, Dean wouldn't leave food. So I just turned around, ran back, picked it up, and took off. I didn't think they'd use it.
And that, by the way, that looked nasty. It actually was a taxidermy, a lizard that had already been
real
taxidermy. And then they put...
Chewy, tastes like chicken.
It's lizard, it's supposed to taste like lizard. Right? They attached chicken to a real dead lizard. So holding a lizard like it was nasty. I have a strong stomach, but like somebody showed me my resting bitch face. Watching me meet the lizard, and I think that was just Jared. Like I heard looking at it. So yeah, that was nasty.
What is it?
But yeah, stuff like that, kind of silly moments to.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks.
I was wondering, we've had tons of characters like God and Lucifer and all that. I was wondering if Jesus was ever going to be on the show.
So many options right now. I'm not going to use any of them. But
Savior of mankind, right
isn't, from what I know about the Christian religion, God is Jesus, right? Right? So yes, we will have him on the show. He's been on already. But aren't they all the same thing? Isn't God?
The Holy Trinity.
Isn't the Holy Trinity?
Ghost.
Aren't they all each other? I'm confused.
Depends on if you're in northern Florida or south.
Like the South Carolina, that didn't work. Jesus. Thank you for your question.
Hi. You love me?
Hi, I'm Aurora. Okay, so I honestly didn't think I would get picked. So, since we're in Orlando and Disney, if you guys could be any Disney princess. Also, I'd like to know, I'm named after a Disney princess. Sleeping Beauty.
You're what?
Aurora.
Aurora?
Yes. Oh my God.
Well. We lost her. She's down. Well, my daughter just asked me yesterday what kind of birthday party I'm having this year. And I said, well, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll have a princess party. And she's like, no, Daddy, you can't have a princess party. I'm like, why not? And then she stopped, she thought about it, she's like, okay, but you have to be Ariel. So I guess I'm Ariel. What?
Mermaid or human?
Merman. Who would you be, princess?
I guess I'm not going to be Ariel.
Rapunzel.
Is Rapunzel a princess?
Yes.
Do you need me to list them for you? Ariel, Rapunzel, you could either go with Elsa or Anna. You could do what? Aurora. I guess he likes Aurora. Sweet, man, your daughter will be 4 soon enough. You're doing all this crap too. I think, it'd be a whole new world if you were Jasmine.
I'd say Elsa, but my microphone is frozen. He's gonna snare him? Okay, got it. This is a battery day.
Let it go. You killed it.
Thank you very much. What was your name again? Just kidding. Aurora? Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Shauna. My mom and my friend Rhiannon say hello.
Your mom and your friend are named Rhiannon?
No, my mom and my friend Rhiannon. It's a very complicated name.
Yeah, what's your mom's name?
Lisa.
Okay, so it's two different people.
Sure is.
Need me to write this down for you?
Got it.
My question was, I just wanted to know what your favorite kind of pie is. An appropriate pie.
I'm gonna. You got a high five. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say coconut cream pie. Somebody go, ew. You don't have to eat it.
I would obviously say,
Key lime pie.
no, my favorite kind of pie is the circumference divided by the radius. This is called 3.141596. You're very welcome. Is it? What's pi r squared? You get the idea? It's been a long time.
Coconut cream pie. Hi.
So it's pi, it's pi d, right? Circumference pi d.
Hey, do the one about circumference and pie again? That was awesome. Remember that?
You want to hear about this?
Nope. Nope. Hi.
Hi, my name's Adrian. This morning I woke up thinking I was going to go to Disney, and my friend showed up late to my house and brought me here instead because my birthday's next week.
Her next sentence
And
is,
she's so disappointed. Can you guys just act like princesses, please? I really need my fix. Well, I'm sorry.
It's a lot better, so. Anyways, my question is, sorry. The brothers have done a lot of things to hurt each other, and I feel like they've forgiven each other, but I guess my question is, do you think that they've forgiven themselves for the things that they've done?
I think they've forgiven themselves for a lot of the things they've done. I know they still harbor some sadness and responsibility. There's certain people they couldn't save. Yeah, right? Yeah. Charlie, yeah. I think they, the benefit of hindsight, I think they've given themselves the credit, for the most part, that they're doing on the whole, they're doing good for the world, right? They've made mistakes, there are things that didn't go the way they wished, but I think by and large, I think they've forgiven each other and to a major degree. So.
Yeah, it's really hard to like forgive yourself for things.
Say again?
It's really hard to like forgive yourself for things, so I was just wondering how you think the boys do.
Sure.
I think Dean is, I think he has forgiven himself for a lot of the things that he's done. I think the burden that he carries around that he has a hard time forgiving himself is for the things that he didn't do. I think saving certain people that he was unable to do, I think that's the kind of weight that he carries around a lot is not being able to save the people that he loved. So, I don't know if he's forgiven himself for that.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks. Can you say my name?
My friend.
What's your name?
Adri, like Adriana Papiano.
Adri.
Anna.
Sorry, Jasmine here is a little slow. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. Essentially, it's a question for
It's like Jen with the Niffer.
Yeah.
Last question.
This question is for Jensen. When Dean said he hated Mary, how did it feel to get to that point? Was it like a sort of like cathartic or like relief for him? Like has it been built? Because you could tell it's been building up for so many years.
That was an interesting scene because for me, it answered a question that I had personally for a long time about storyline. And I kind of made an excuse for at the end of the previous season when Amara says, I'm going to give you what you need the most. And then Mom comes back. You're right there, big guy?
Which season it was? Which season? It was the previous season. Turn into you.
Yeah, you did.
Isn't that this season?
Wait, what season are you talking about? What are these flamingos for? What are we doing?
Where's their legs?
So I didn't really, it wasn't made clear to me why Amara thought that this is what he needed the most. And I kind of just let that go and just thought, well, this is where they wanted to bring the story and they wanted to bring Mom back and then establish her and then, and until that scene, then it made sense that it wasn't Mom coming back that he needed, it was admitting to himself and his mother that he had those feelings. That's what he needed. He needed to basically get that out. So it got really weighty when I kind of made that connection. I sat down and talked to Bob Aarons about it. He was like, absolutely. He's like, that's the weight. That's where we need to go. So, and working that scene out with Samantha, she was basically ignoring me. So I didn't have anybody else to like feed off of as far as energy goes, as far as emotion goes. So I just had to just dig deep and find it. I love Samantha dearly. I think she's just a beautiful person inside and out. And so for me to look at her with tears in my eyes and say I hate you was actually pretty difficult. But again, I think it was just one of those really in-depth moments that we get to peel back another layer of a character that we thought we knew so well that all of a sudden now we realize that Dean had been harboring these feelings for so long and it needed to come out. So yeah, that was a tough scene to get through, but it was one that at the end of the day I was like, that really felt like a good scene. It felt like some good work. So I hope it was.
Very last
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome fellow member of SBN family, Ren. Hi, Ren. Speak of the video, please. Just.
Hi guys! I'm shaking so bad. My question is, well, Earl said something similar. Really?
You never disrespect your phone. What's wrong with you?
13%, so good luck, Richard. My question is, for all the funny bits on the show, because we know I'll be rolling on the floor laughing so hard, especially with you, because I'm such a mean girl. Is it basic, all the funny bits, is it basically just improv or scripted? Because what's in the bloopers is definitely what we see is different from what we see in the final cut.
I'd say it's about 50-50.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. I think half the stuff that happens that's funny, it comes from either place in the script, or I tend to think the funnier bits are not entirely scripted. Like we embellish something or take something to the nth degree, like the being scared of a cat and jumping up and down. When you were seeing it, realize that, hey, this is an opportunity for something kind of funny. And then you'll do it, you'll do it over and over again, and so you kind of have the fresh part of it.
I was saying in my meet and greet earlier, the scene that we just shot about what if somebody stole the Apollo. So there's a scene that we just shot this past week where it's not scripted necessarily as a joke, but we realized that it was a moment in which we could find comedy, and we had the saying on set, no joke too cheap. So if we see an opportunity to make something funny or give it a comedic read, we try to do that. And then we can then take that and embellish on that. So yeah, I'd say, I mean, we've got some great writers and they throw some really fun comedy stuff in there, but it's a nice collaboration between what we do and what they give us.
Thank you, Ren.
Boys, every now and then there are special things that happen here with the Supernatural family. She collapsed. The weight of the flamingo was just too much. Every now and then special things happen and we like to celebrate them here with our Supernatural family. And today, we're celebrating the birthday of our very own cuddly friend, Cliff Kosterman. Cliff. The big sing king. Get up here. Sing it, you know how to do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cliffy.
Cliffy Kosterman.
Happy birthday to you.
It's 4 years old today. You nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, Orlando, a big thank you to Cliff Kosterman, Jensen Ackles,
Bye.